everyone, it's Sam. So welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a power flow. So focusing on building that heat and that energy into the body to help us clear things out of our way, clear these obstacles, maybe things that we don't need mentally, physically. It will be quite a strong practice today, especially in the upper body and in the core, so just focusing on those areas. Take what you need from it, modify when you want to, take rest when you want to. You know your own body. So for the practice we'll definitely need one block or something similar, or otherwise if you have it, 2 blocks would be great, and maybe a strap, so optional. If you usually use it in your practice, might be quite good to have. And then when you're ready, finding yourself in a comfortable seated position onto your mat. Maybe taking the block underneath the sit bones to elongate through the spine, completely up to you. Then just placing the hands down onto the knees. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, release it out through the mouth, roll the shoulders down the back. Nice, we'll take 2 more of these. Inhale. Exhale, side out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, release. We're going to start with a mudra meditation today. So just to kind of work into shifting that energy right from the start. So starting to take your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra prayer, and then turn in the hands so that the right palm faces the chest, the left palm faces out, and then drawing the hands away from each other, creating a little bend into the fingers, so you create this little lock here. So this is our Ganesh Mudra. Ganesh is the god, the most well-known god for the remover of obstacles, for clearing that path for yourself, both spiritually and mentally. So this is why I'm taking this mudra today. And then from here you can gently start to close down the eyes, breathing in deeply through the belly. And on each exhale, can you feel that resistance, drawing those fingertips away from each other, creating that resistance, pulling the arms apart, fingers are locked. Feel the stretch in the shoulders and the chest. And then inhale, relax the arms, keeping the lock. Exhale, gently drawing those fingertips away from each other, keeping the head, the mouth, the jaw soft. And take in 6 more rounds of this inhale and exhale this way with this mudra. Ganesh is a symbol of our mind. He assists in removing the mental obstacles within you that stops you from moving forward. So most of the time we have to get out of our own way. So this is a pose that helps us to work towards this. When you've taken your 6 rounds of breath with your rhythm, there's no rush. Just knowing that we're gently going to start to take the hands back to heart center, Anjali Mudra prayer, and then taking it on the other side now. So twisting free the palms so the left hand faces towards you, right hand faces away. Then again sliding the hands, interlacing those fingers, creating that lock, keeping the eyes closed down. And take 6 breaths the same on this side. So that inhale filling you up. Exhale, that gentle resistance, pulling the arms away from each other, but keeping everything else soft. And take 5 more rounds of this breath. So you might want to think about an obstacle that you are experiencing at the moment. On each exhale, can you imagine exhaling that resistance? Maybe allowing the obstacle to dissolve a little here. And each inhale fills you up with new possibilities, new opportunities for yourself. When you've taken the 6th round of breath, just place the hands down onto your knees. then just come back to that gentle inhale and exhale through the nose. Just noticing what comes up for you here. Noticing how you feel right now. And then gently starting to blink open the eyes. Start to make our way over into our all fours position, our tabletop position. So finding your foundations here, spreading the fingertips wide, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips under the knees. Plugging in the hands here, finding your hasta bandha, so engaging through the hands, feel like you're gripping the mat. As you inhale, the tailbone reaches high, the belly drops down, the chest moves through between the arms, the gaze goes up. As you exhale, tuck under the tailbone, push away with those shoulder blades, gaze to your belly. And we'll take a couple more rounds of this movement. So taking it at your own rhythm, your own pace. Maybe starting to connect it with your breath, introducing that ujjayi breath. The inhale and exhale through the nose, smooth and audible. We'll take one more round here. And then when you're ready, coming all the way back to your tabletop foundation. Starting to shift the shoulders over the wrists, and we take these circles over to the right. So these again can be as gentle or as active as you like. Maybe you can notice how that core engages as you start to shift the body forward. Nice, and then reverse in the direction here. Keeping that hasta bandha in the hands, keeping it active. Start to engage that uddiyana bandha, that navel to the spine to help you connect to your core. And then come back to center, turning the fingertips out to either side of the mat. And then gently just start to shift the weight from side to side, working into the wrists here. Bending the elbows if you want to, or really working into the shoulders, keeping the arms straighter, completely up to you. And then go ahead and turn the fingertips all the way around if this feels okay for you, otherwise sitting back. And then just gently assisting one hand and then the other, drawing the fingertips down. If this variation feels okay for you, we're going to add 2 cat-cows here. So I want you to move really gently and really mindfully here. This might feel a little bit strange. Just go with it. If there's any pain, then please know you can come out of it and just stay in this variation. So as you inhale, the tailbone reaches high. The chest gently reaches, the gaze goes up. So less of a movement here. Exhale, tuck under tailbone, round through the spine, gaze to your belly. Nice, and we'll take another. Really feeling into the stretch, connecting to this moment. Nice. And then very carefully and mindfully turning the hands all the way back to face the top of the mat. And then coming onto the backs of the hands, so you can take the back of one hand down and take this alternate. If it feels okay for you, taking both of the backs of the hands down. This might be enough, so really spreading down through the backs of the fingers, spreading through the hands, so the weight in the hand is evenly distributed. If you can, squeezing your hands into a fist and then release for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Taking the hands back down, take the seat back to the heels and shake out the hands. Really nice. Doing anything that you need to release that tension. Amazing. And then finding your block or something similar and take it in front of you, so palms are pressing down in towards the block here. So you're looking at protraction and retraction of the scapula. So something again that's a really small movement, but it can be really good to unlock how we move throughout the rest of our practice. So really engaging through the arms, squeezing the block together. As you inhale, it's kind of like we're isolating our upper body when we do our cat-cow. So as you inhale, feel like you can draw the shoulder blades back and together. Notice how the belly is staying neutral here, so I'm drawing my navel in towards my spine. and I'm not arching through my back. As you exhale, push those shoulder blades towards the back of the room. Keep squeezing that block and really see if you can push, lengthen here. So feeling that length, you might notice the block moving towards you on the inhale. And exhale, take it further away. Nice. 3 more. Inhale, we retract. Exhale, protract. Nice. 2 more. You got this. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep that belly drawn in. Exhale, round through the spine, push away. And release it down. Amazing. Shake it out. Really useful drill to do. Then coming to use this now. So taking your tabletop again, finding your foundation. So we're going to start to use that protraction and retraction in our tabletop positions. We draw the shoulder blades towards us. So you might notice a little sink in the chest as the shoulders draw towards each other. As you exhale, push away through the upper spine. Really protract those shoulders, so feel like you can push the hands into the mat. Feel like you can take the shoulder blades to the sky. Nice. Take 3 more of these. If you want to add a bit more heat, tuck under the toes, do the same. This is very spicy. So inhale. Exhale, protract, keeping everything neutral apart from the chest. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Really nice. 1 more. Exhale, push away, holding that protraction. And then lower down, take a little mini child's pose. Ooh. Maybe rolling the head from side to side. Shaking out the hands, the arms if you need to. Feeling that heat building already. Again, really simple mobility movements, really building heat. Then spread through the fingertips. Tuck under the toes. Wrap the triceps around and in. Squeeze those hands together. Lift up. Take the sit bones high. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Amazing. So the hamstrings might feel a little bit tight here. So doing what you need to. Maybe pedaling out the legs. Maybe keeping that nice generous bend in the knees. Maybe shaking the head yes and no. Releasing tension. Just doing what you need to do to wake up your body. Noticing the areas of tightness that you want to work into. Using these breaths completely for yourself. And coming back to centre. Come into that stillness. Take the gaze towards the fingertips. Rise up onto the tiptoes. So we can lift the foot up. We take these little tiny steps. Keeping the hands down as much as you can, tiptoe into where you can towards the top of the mat. And then when you get to that point that you want to just let it all go, bend the knees, feet hips distance, head relaxes down. Taking hold of opposite elbow, gently sway from side to side, ragdoll pose. Let it feel heavy, let it feel released. And then releasing the hands, tucking chin towards the chest, bending the knees. Gently start to roll the spine all the way up to standing, head coming up last of all. Take an inhale, draw shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, roll shoulder blades down the back. So taking the feet hips distance, plugging down through the feet, feeling the energy rise all the way from the floor to the crown of the head. And setting an intention here for your practice. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out through the mouth. And then gently blinking, open the eyes. We'll start to move into a variation of a sun salutation A. So taking it towards the top of the mat, feet hips distance apart. Spreading through the toes, gripping down through the feet, finding Pada Bandha, lifting through the inner arches of the feet. Slight internal rotation of the thighs, drawing up. So engaging that Uddiyana Bandha, that navel to spine connection, that Mula Bandha, that lifting of the pelvic floor. Hands to heart center. As you inhale, arms reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, the arms sweep all the way down and behind you, interlace behind your back. Inhale, roll shoulder blades back, lift and lengthen, maybe the gaze goes up. As you exhale, slight bend in the knees, folding all the way over. Arms can reach slightly overhead here, releasing tension through the shoulders. Bend the knees, belly to thigh connection. Start to take the arms back, we peel the chest up for the chair pose. Exhale, fold. Release the hands all the way down to the mat. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back, coming into your plank pose here. So pushing away through the shoulder blades, you can drop the knees down here if that feels better for you. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, nice. Lowering down through the knees, arch spine, release the toes, chest and chin between the hands. Hips lower, arms sweep up, Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Exhale, tuck under the toes, lift knees, sit bones high. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Taking what you need from this downward facing dog. Is that navel to spine connection still here? Keeping that Uddiyana Bandha. Drawing the pelvic floor up, so we're keeping all that heat, that energy locked into our body here to really serve us in our practice. One more breath. Take the gaze in between the hands. Options to walk, step, or take the feet together. Take a tiny hop towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, draw the energy down to your heart center. Take one more, same as this. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, arms come down beside you, interlace behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, gaze up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, bend the knees, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, peel that chest up, keep belly to thigh. Exhale, fold, release. Plant the hands down, step back to your plank pose. Hold in here for 2 breaths. Options to modify if you need. And then either lowering through knees, chest, chin, or coming through your full chaturanga if you're feeling ready. So we inhale, shift shoulders over the wrist. Exhale, bending the elbows in, squeeze triceps in towards the rib cage, lower halfway. Place the tops of the feet down. As you inhale, peel the spine up, either Bhujangasana or full upward facing dog. If you're in full up dog, pressing down through tops of the feet, lifting those knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, push back, downward facing, nice. 3 breaths here, inhaling. Exhale, maybe you want a side out. Nice. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Take the gaze in between the fingers. Option to walk, step, jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding over those legs. Inhale to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming into variation of Sun Salutation B now. So bending the knees, sink the hips back, draw that tailbone down and long. Keep that core connection as we inhale, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands folding forward, straighten through the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step to plank. Take your vinyasa or options to plant the hands down. Shifting the body weight forward, keeping that core connection, lowering down into your bent elbow chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, full up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, amazing. Keeping with that breath. From here, setting up for warrior 1. So pivot that left foot 45 degrees. Step that right foot in between your hands with control. Maybe shimmy it out to the side as we lift all the way up, warrior 1. And we'll take Kali Mudra with this warrior 1. So interlacing the hands, keeping the first fingers pointing up, feeling strong and powerful here. Turning onto the toes if this feels too much through the back legs, squaring through the hips. Breathe in here. Feeling everything down through that back foot. And then we release the hands, we open out, pivot that back foot, 45, and we open out, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So adjusting that stance if you need to. Breathe in here. Allowing that right hip to track out here. From here, we're going to start to add a little bit of movement. So as you inhale, flip the palms. The arms will reach high, straighten through that right leg. Option to lift the toes off the floor here, getting a nice stretch through the hamstring. Take 3 more of these. Exhale, release. Inhale up, maybe flex. Exhale, drop down, Warrior 2. Inhale, draws you up. Exhale, draws you down, Warrior 2. Nice. Hold in here. And from your Warrior 2, interlacing the hands behind the back like we did at the start. Roll the shoulder blades down. So coming into Humble Warrior. So from here, you might need to slightly adjust the stance. So maybe turning that back foot in slightly. Maybe walking that right foot out. Give your hips a little bit more space. Again, you can come onto the ball of the back foot if you need. Inhale, we allow the hands to reach down the back, open through that chest. As you exhale, hinging forward with the body, trying to get that right shoulder on the inside of the right thigh, keeping the hips square, keeping the shoulders square, and allowing that upper body to drop forward here. So keeping really strong through those feet, engaging through the belly and allowing those arms to rest overhead. One more breath. Amazing. Start to lift all the way back up. Arms reach high, pivot the back foot to crescent lunge. Frame the front foot, step back, take your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're doing amazing here, really, really good. Checking in with the breath. Then same on the other side. So pivot that right foot 45 degrees, step the left foot all the way in between the hands. Adjust your stance as you need. And then we rise all the way up. Virabhadrasana 1, other side. Taking that Kali Mudra. So shifting the hips so that they're square. Taking any foot position that feels right for you. And breathe in here. Feeling that energy going all the way to the very tips of those fingertips. Then exhale, open the hands out. Pivot that back foot so that's in line with the short side of the mat. And we open up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Finding your foundation here. Grounding down through that back foot. Dropping centrally. Breathe in here. And then taking those waves if you want to. So we inhale, flip the palms. Arms reach high. Option to flex the front foot. Exhale, dropping deeper. Nice. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Feel that energy rise. Exhale, lower. Final one. Exhale, hold in here in your Warrior 2 and then adjusting that stance. So maybe pivoting that back foot in a little bit, walking that left foot out, creating a bit more space for the hips. Take the hands behind you. Roll the shoulder blades down, lift and lengthen through the chest, open the heart, and as you exhale, starting to guide that left shoulder on the inside of the left thigh. Really rooting down through the edge of that back foot, keeping the thighs engaged, drawing the hips square, and allowing the forehead to come down towards the mat. You can take a strap here if that feels too much for you in your hands as well. One more breath. Then ground down through the feet, peel the chest all the way back up, feel the stability in your lower and upper body. Pivot round, crescent lunge. frame the front foot, step back to plank, take your vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, lower the knees out, sitting back onto the heels. Come into a nice wide leg child's pose, amazing. And coming back to that breath here. Coming back to the simplicity of this child's pose. Maybe noticing the areas of energy that's filling up your body right now. Maybe you can notice these layers shedding that you no longer need. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. And then when you're ready, take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel all the upper back as you do this, and as you exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Nice, I'll take one more of those. Inhale. Exhale, release. Nice, when you're ready to move, ground down through the hands. Find your Hasta Bandha. Tuck under the toes, lift the knees, take the sit bones high, downward facing dog. So just coming into a bit of a mini flow now to really get that upper body fired up. Ground down through the left foot, start to take the right leg high into the sky, three-legged dog, keeping the hips square here though. Pushing down through the hands, sending the chest towards the thigh, find that engagement. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, start to shift the body forward into plank, and we draw that right knee in towards our nose. Protract those shoulders like we did at the start, so push shoulder blades up to the sky for 3, 2, 1, nice. And then step that right foot as lightly as you can between your hands. Ground down through the feet. As you inhale, the arms sweep high, we come into crescent lunge. So taking any modifications you need here, creating that little bit of space for the hips. Inhale. Exhale, sink into it. And taking Garudasana arms, eagle arms in this variation. So crossing the left hand over the right. So this might feel enough, and you can take hold of either shoulder. If you want to go for full eagle arms, left hand over the right, and we cross so that both of the palms can face each other here. Wherever you are, if you're in your full eagle, lift those elbows a little bit higher so that they're in line with the shoulders, and draw the shoulder blades down the back. Feel like you're pushing your elbows away from you. Nice. Inhale, lift the elbows up to the sky. So take a mini back bend. As you exhale, start to protract through those shoulder blades as you maybe can tap those elbows towards your knee. Nice. We take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. I hope you guys are sweating as well. I definitely am. Inhale. Exhale, hold in this protracted variation. Ground down through that right foot. Shift that energy forward. Maybe you can take that left leg off the mat. Coming into your warrior 3 eagle arms. Again, this is a completely amazing option. Breathe in here, find that control. Drawing the left hip down a little bit, squaring the hips. And then release the hands down beside you, coming into your standing splits. So you can have blocks either side of the feet if you need to. Otherwise, taking the fingertips towards the mat, maybe drawing the fingertips in, finding the energy. And as you inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, start to use the energy of the fingertips, drawing you down. So you want to aim to have your belly on your thigh here. Squeeze through that left glute to allow that engagement here. Maybe you want to take the right hand around the right calf and allow that little assist, drawing the forehead towards the right shin. Breathe in here, amazing, 1 more breath. And then gently releasing, planting the hands back down towards the mat. Bend into that right foot to allow the left toes to come down, so you're back into a low lunge. Ground down through the left arm. As you inhale, peel that right arm all the way up. So it's like you're drawing a bow and arrow. You're reaching the right fingertips all the way up. Breathe in here. You can lower that back knee if this feels too much for you, coming into your easy twist. Then moving into our side plank from here. So we have options. So ground down through that left hand, wrap that tricep around and in, feel that stability. Maybe you can come onto the left side of the foot. Maybe the right can stack on top, coming into full Vashisthasana. If this feels too much, you can take the right foot in front for a bit more support, or you can lower the left knee down. The right leg stays down onto the mat as well. So any variation that feels right for you, finding that control. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. As you exhale, take that right arm and thread it underneath the left shoulder. Nice. Take 2 more of these. Inhale, lift. Squeezing everything in. Exhale, twist. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, take it up. The right hand then plants back down. You're in your plank pose. Lowering down towards that right forearm. So checking that the right shoulder is stacked in line with the right elbow. Coming into forearm plank here. So we come onto the knife edge of the right foot. Lift up through the left arm. Again, if you need to, the right leg comes down this time. Take this option. Or taking that left foot in front of you. We'll just stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. The left forearm drops down. We're in our forearm plank. So shoulders over elbows. Spreading through the fingertips. Feel like you're drawing your fingertips back, navel to spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lower the belly all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Peel the chest up. Come into a really nice Sphinx pose. Amazing, amazing effort. And finding that breath. Feeling the openness of the heart. And then gently release it down. Maybe take a little pillow underneath your head. And just shake out the hips from side to side, releasing any tension there. And then go ahead and create those little teepees with your hands. So taking the fingertips out long, drawing them together. We'll just take a couple cobra waves just to open through the spine. So push down through the tops of the feet. Peel the chest off the mat. The head comes up last of all. Inhale it up. Exhale, melt back down. 2 more. Inhale to rise. Exhale, melt it back down. Final one. Inhale. Breathing into the softness. Exhale. Amazing. From here, take the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck under the toes. Guide the sit bones back towards the heels. And lift all the way back up to your Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Taking any little moves that you need to do here. You got 1 more side, you've got this. Finding those foundations. Inhale, the left leg reaches behind you. 3-legged dog. Drawing that left hip down, really find that engagement. Melting the chest towards the thigh. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, start to shift the body through to plank. Draw that left knee in towards your chest. Round through the spine, protract the shoulders. Step that left foot through as lightly as you can. Rise the body all the way up. Crescent lunge, taking any little modifications that you need to. And then taking the arms in front of you. This time the right hand crosses over the left. You can either take hold of those shoulders or take your full eagle arms so that the palms meet, whichever feels right for you. Really draw the shoulder blades down the back, push away those elbows and gently lift them up here. Really nice, feeling that strength. And we'll take those 3 pulses. So as you inhale, strong for your foundations, start to take that mini back bend. Open the chest, lift the elbows high. Exhale, protract through those shoulder blades. Maybe the elbows touch the knee. Take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, round you forward. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, take it forward, finding that stability. Pushing the weight down through the left. Maybe you can start to lift that right leg back behind you, coming into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Any arm variations that feel right for you. Feel that engagement. Nice, and then release the fingertips down towards the mat. Coming onto the blocks if you need to, otherwise inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, start to fold that upper body towards the lower body, coming into your standing splits. Any options that you want here. Engaging through that right glute to draw the right leg up. Maybe taking the left hand behind the left calf to allow you to gently draw that forehead, that torso closer towards that left leg. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. Equal inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And then gently start to place the fingertips back towards the mat. Step that foot back with control. Ground down through the right hand as you inhale. Peel that left arm all the way up to the sky. Easy twist. Lowering down the knee if you need to. Otherwise, feel the energy coming from that grounded hand all the way to the tips of the left hand. Amazing. Coming into Vashisthasana on the right side. So plug that right hand in. Wrap that tricep, feel that stability. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot. Maybe the left foot steps on top. So this variation, modifying any option that you wish. Breathe in here. And then we'll take those 3 sweeps. So inhale to lift. Exhale, the left arm sweeps under right armpit. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. 1 more. You got this. Inhale. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, back up. The left hand plants all the way back down. We come through plank. This time the left forearm comes down towards the mat. So the left forearm is stacked underneath the left shoulder. Knife edge of the left foot, stacking right on top of the left. And we inhale. The right arm reaches high. Pushing the floor away here to find that engagement. Belly button through to spine. Modifying if you need to. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Plant that right forearm down. Find your foundations for your forearm plank. So feel like you're pushing the ground away. Protracting the shoulders up, navel through to spine. Hold it here for 5. Breathing 4. Pushing away 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips. Untuck the toe, peel the chest up. Come to your Sphinx pose. Amazing, amazing. And just take a couple breaths here. Connecting back to your centre. And then drawing the sit bones all the way back, guiding the hands all the way back so we come to a kneeling position. So just a little bit more strength work before we make our way down. So taking the hands to either side of the block. Again, like we did at the start, really pushing those hands together, feeling that tension. Your armpits can face one another and you're plugging your hands into the block. Then bending at the elbows so we have this 90-degree bend. Again, keeping hold of the block here. Notice that the lower body is engaged. There's no arching through the spine. And then see if you can actively draw the shoulders down here. So you might want to lift the shoulders up and then draw them down, keeping that engagement. See how that feels. So we're drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then you might just want to start to take the block overhead and back. So this is quite a strong drill. So we're building mobility, we're building strength for overhead balances that we use for shoulders, for forearms. So breathing into this here, nice, take 1 more. Okay, and then releasing the block all the way down to the mat. So keeping your hands in this position. So we'll take this as a first option. So push the palms in towards the block, tuck under the toes, so we're back into our forearm plank. And from here, option to stay here, option to lower the knees, or option to start to walk the feet towards the elbows. So coming into our dolphin pose. So as we do this, you can keep it bending the knees if you need to, tucking the chin towards the chest, really pushing away with those forearms, squeezing the block, trying to create that length, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. And breathing here. This is one of the poses that you do so many times and it doesn't get any easier. One more breath. And then start to walk the feet out. Lower the knees. Melt back into child's pose and just take a moment here. Noticing all that heat in your body. Building that awareness, building that stability. Okay, coming all the way back up. So options to either take the drill that we did at the start, you can take that variation, or you can come through to your dolphin pose without the block. So two options. You can have your hands shoulder width apart with the palms facing down, spread wide, or you can interlace the hands here. So this creates a bit more stability through shoulder girdle, so whichever feels right for you. So stacking those shoulders over the tops of your elbows, making sure your elbows are shoulders distance apart. Come back to your forearm plank, final round. You got this, feel that engagement here. Then when you're ready, gently starting to walk those feet towards the elbows, tucking the chin towards the chest when you feel like you can't walk in anymore. And then really pushing away through the forearms, squeezing those elbows in, holding here for 3 breaths. Maybe you want to experiment with taking one leg up to the sky, and maybe the other. This is super strong, so do what feels right for you. Final breath. And then start to walk the feet all the way back, forearm plank. Lower the belly, untuck the toes, peel that chest up into your Sphinx pose. And coming back to that breath, you're all awesome. Breathe in here. Whew, that does not get any easier. And then from your Sphinx, start to take that arm, walk it forward, and we'll thread
The right arm.
all the way underneath. So taking a nice little twist here. If you want to intensify the twist, you can bend that right leg up to take it into half frog pose beside you. So the right knee is in line with the right hip. Maybe coming onto the fingertips of the left hand. And just breathing into this space. Starting to unwind, unravel. Starting to sink back into a bit more ground in here. Stretching all the way through the shoulders, through the triceps. And then taking that right knee back in line with the left foot if you took that variation. And then gently starting to lift the chest a little here. Turn the right palm down and walk the left hand all the way out so that you have the arms crossed in front of you. Spread down through the fingertips and slightly draw the hands together here. Inhale, and as you exhale, allow the chin to rest onto that upper left arm and melt down the forehead. Sending breath into the back body, the shoulders, the arms. Nice. One more breath. And then gently coming up, making your way back into that Sphinx pose, taking a moment to just rebound, reset. And when you're ready, we'll take the same on the other side. So you're just taking that right forearm out a little bit. Take that left hand, thread it all the way underneath. So it's like a thread the needle here. You can start to melt that left cheek down onto the mat, walking the right fingertips all the way up. This might be enough. You might want to take that left leg out into half frog just to intensify the twist. So really getting into those outer shoulders. Feel a sense of grounding, melting down here. Take one more breath. And taking the left foot all the way back, lifting up through the chest. Walk that right hand across, this time both palms face down, fingers spread wide, it's like drawing together off the elbows. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, allow the chin to melt towards that upper right arm, melting that forehead down. Feeling that sweet release. Sending breath into the back body. And then start to walk the hands all the way back round. Plant the hands underneath your shoulders. And we have one tiny last little bit of energy just to really get in there, get it all out. So tuck under the toes, optional. If not, you can bend the knees, wave back to downward facing dog. Otherwise, for 5 breaths, I want us to push back up into a plank and then wave back to downward dog. So knowing your energy, taking what feels right for you. When you are ready, ground down through the hands, push, tuck under the toes, and we start to lift. Engage the bandhas for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank pose, amazing. Ripple the body back, downward facing dog. Really, really nice. Then take the gaze in between the hands. You can either walk, you can step it through, or maybe you want to just try and find a little hop in between the feet. And then extending those legs out long. Amazing, amazing. And then taking the feet down towards the mat. Just have a couple more poses. So feet in line with the hips. Taking the hands behind you, fingertips facing forward. Draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, ground down through the feet, lift the hips, open the chest, come into your reverse tabletop. Maybe drawing the chin in towards the chest here. Option to allow the neck to open as well. Completely up to you. Keeping stable through those shoulders. Hold it here for 2 more breaths. Breathing steady, 1 more breath. And then low all the way down. Opening through that front body, amazing. Round through the spine, give yourself a little hug. Maybe the forehead comes towards the knees. And then taking the arms out long parallel, tuck under the tailbone here, engage the core and we lower back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking, extending the legs out here. Start to draw that right knee in towards the chest, interlace your hand around the shin. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, start to draw that leg a little bit closer, finding that nice lengthening through the back body. And then take the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. The right arm comes in line with the shoulder or cactus the arm. And we draw that right leg over here, coming into a nice, gentle supine twist. If you want to focus on really feeling that release through the lower body, you can start to just apply a very gentle pressure towards that right thigh. If you want to focus on opening more through the upper body, really focus on gluing that right shoulder blade down here. So just working with what you need today. allowing that grounding to come back into the body. Maybe take in an inhale and exhale, sigh it out. And draw the right knee back into the chest and then extend it out long. Drawing the left knee in this time, interlace hands around the shin, inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee in towards the body. And then taking that right hand over left thigh, left arm in line with the shoulder, and just drawing it over, taking that nice supine twist. Head can gaze up or gaze across to the opposite side. And breathe in here. Melting down, sinking down. Feel all that energy swirling around your body. Filling into every little cell. Shedding those layers. And take it all the way back to center. Draw the right knee in to meet the left. Interlace hands around the shin. Maybe drawing that forehead up to meet the knees. And then release it back down. Taking the knees out wide. The feet flex and draw up to the sky and coming into happy baby. So holding on to the shins. The inside or the outside of the feet. Inhaling. As you exhale, allow the heaviness of the hands to draw those knees closer to the earth. Really lengthening and grounding down through that tailbone here. Just feeling this nice release. Taking any little rocks you need. Extending the legs if you wish. And then drawing the knees back into the chest. And then extending the legs out long to either side of the mat. Take your hands by your hips, gently lift the hips and elongate that tailbone. Take the hands behind the neck, draw the chin towards the chest, feel that nice stretch in the neck, and then lower it all the way back down. Taking the arms beside you, palms facing up to the sky. We come into our very well deserved final resting pose, Shavasana. Taking a deep belly breath in. A deep exhale, sigh it all out. Allow that sigh to bring you back down to the earth. Feel like your body is a magnet and it's being drawn down towards the floor. Complete heaviness and surrender. Noticing the heaviness of the bones here. The soft flesh melting around the bones. Melting down in towards the ground. Noticing your courageous heart beating in your chest. Noticing the shedding of any layers that no longer serve you. Allowing all this energy, this shift and transformation to fill your entire body. Allow it to marinate here, filling every cell. I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Maybe about 5 to 10 minutes if you have that time, to really allow everything to be absorbed in the body after all that energy, that hard work. When you're ready, gently starting to deepen the breath, filling the belly, the lungs. Maybe taking some really small movements into the fingertips, into the toes. Gently circling the ankles, the wrists. Maybe if it feels nice for you, taking the feet together, reaching overhead for a nice full body stretch, really stretching out every little bit. Inhale takes you longer, and exhale allows you to completely release. Maybe drawing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a really well-deserved hug. Taking any last little movements that you need here. And then, however you wish to get there, as slowly and softly as you need, gently start to make your way all the way back up to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Taking your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra prayer, and feel the thumbs really connecting into your heart space here. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale to sigh out what does no longer serve you. Beautiful. And knowing you have that power, that strength within you to manifest and cultivate whatever you need. Taking your thumbs to your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows. We'll all bow down to say namaste. Namaste. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that practice. It is quite spicy, especially for the upper body, for the core. Hope that you enjoyed it and hope to see you soon.